All right, guys, so we have the new Universal Rep. Got to go ahead and flip there. Universal Rep tag. And obviously, this is going to become a fully fleshed out team eventually. But above all else, right now, we have the new LBR featuring that tag as the primary tag. So we're going to talk about what the best characters and team builds are. And we're going to conclude with the desired team getting some gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content, as well as clicking the notification bell so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. So again, we have the Universe Rep tag being the main focus here. Let's go ahead and see what we have access to for the tag. These are sorted by order of release, and I've gotten every character on their time of release except for 17 because he just came out and I don't have him yet. Anywho, so the thing about this tag is this is basically almost an amalgamation of both tournaments or Rival Universe and the Universe Survival. It's just an amalgamation of multiple tags. And as a result, we have access to a decent amount of characters. However, the caveat is that the characters here are nothing spectacular, right? And some of the best characters are the same color. And what I mean by that is the reds, like Bergamo and Ultra Instinct Goku are two of the best characters possible here. But they're both red, right? Maybe there's an avenue where you use both of them together. There is an avenue where Bergamo, at the bare minimum, is on your team for his Z ability, and then also Zenkai ability. Zenkai's whatever because it's Rival Universe, but the Z ability at minimum. And Bergamo's pretty awesome. I haven't fully soul boosted him. I haven't done a video with him yet, but he's a pretty awesome tank. I really like what he does. And then also I really like that they gave him the ability to nullify special cover changes. I always preach about these, like these knockback cards, like the AoE green cards, or these combo starting, comboable arts, special arts. If they don't nullify cover change, or at least give the character the ability, or the opponent the inability to switch for a second, they're useless. Not that they're useless, but their value is instantly cut in half because you can't do anything. Because every character nowadays has some sort of cover change, right? So anyways, Bergamo's awesome. Let me know who you think is better between him and UI. I don't really know that yet. I haven't tested Bergamo. I don't really have an opinion on that, but I know UI is still, at least in this limited space, easily like the best character here probably. So anyways, let's see what else we have. So if we were to, let's just go ahead and go to the teams. If we were to build a team out, let's start from there and move on. So we're going to eliminate these characters. I'll put Bergamo on my team because, like I said, no matter what, Bergamo is going to be on the team for that Z ability for Universe Survival. And this is kind of the issue with the brand new tag coming out, is all these other characters don't have that actual tag. So while there is another tag, these characters, you know, you still have to make use of the team in a certain way. You know, you can't just put Rival Universe characters and things like that and expect them to buff the Universe 7 characters exclusively if they don't have the Z abilities like Bergamo has. Anyways, so we have him there. We'll figure out who goes in the leader slot later. And if you're looking for just bench filler or fodder, these three characters have good enough Z abilities. We should all have them at 14 star as free players. You definitely should have these characters at 14 star. They're good Z abilities. Just put them on your team, or at least some of these characters, and you'll get some good stats across the board. And they also can be useful characters. Again, in this limited space, I mean, if we were to just sort by greens, for example, there's only a couple greens that I think are even particularly special. I think that Vados and Kefla could be interesting. Tien is probably better than he'll get credit for being, but it looks like it's mainly God of Destruction Topo, and especially Frieza. Frieza is the clear-cut, obvious best green here. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of characters, kinda, but there's not a lot of like comparable characters. Kaba has some fun stuff. A Universe 6 team could be fun, but you're going to be leaning heavily on the assist Khalifa and Kale probably. You need a new Kefla really, or a Kefla Zenkai for one of the existing Keflas to really help bring you up. And you're hoping, if that's the case, you're hoping it's not the green one, even though she'd be the better character to get it. If you're looking for Kaba or Universe 6 team, he would just kind of get, you know, relegated to bench role. Anyway, so we have Frieza. Frieza is going to be on this team. If you don't have Frieza, then I wouldn't sleep on any of the characters that are not EXs on this page, because you have Blast Armor with Jiren, Jiren is, the thing is, like, these characters are power crept stat wise, ability wise. But Jiren has some fun stuff in his kit, like the 80% health restoration down here, the full gauge here, if I recall correctly, yeah, full gauge here. He's got some fun stuff that could be useful, and you can catch some people by surprise. But if you're not using Frieza, I think the best choice would be God of Destruction Toppo, personally, because of his no switch. It's not really no switch, it's sub counts, but that allowing him to potentially snipe a character early could be very, very, very valuable and powerful. I'm going to take these characters off because they were more so of an honorable mention, but I think that Frieza does take that spot because Frieza is still a solid damage dealer, and again, in this limited space, he's going to be exceptionally powerful. Now, here's where we start to run into issues a little bit with this tag and these characters, is that some of these characters, and this is an issue for every team, but Universe Survival never really got fleshed out in the way it needed to, and this is an issue. So we're looking at strike based versus blast based. To a certain degree, some of these characters, it doesn't really matter a ton. They're good at either. I mean, you still have a preference on the characters because their stats do skew one way, but most of their damage buffs are going to be general damage buffs. It doesn't really matter all that much. Now, really, when I look at this page, I really see like 3 characters even worth considering, really. Well, okay, I'll give an honorable mention. I think that I don't think this LBR pushes them to 14 stars. If this LBR is pushing to 14 stars, I would not at all sleep on this 18, especially if you have 17. I would not sleep on this 18. She does a lot of stuff to reduce sub count, and she just has a ton of utility that, again, in this limited space will be really, really powerful, and I would not sleep on her. But the real character I'm looking at would be a character like this guy here, because I think that he's a character that, if he had a better team around him, could still be better off than he is today. I think he's a little bit underwhelming in terms of the damage that he outputs in today's climate, but again, for the 5th time, in this limited environment, he should be shredding. He should be at the tippy top Z tier totem pole of the characters here. And I wouldn't sleep on this guy either because his combo ability would be really nice. And I personally really like this guy. I know a lot of people don't, but I personally really like that Goku. But again, we're starting to skew a lot towards blast base, so I want to kind of stick to that. So let's go ahead and move on to our next color range, which will be purple here. And purple doesn't really have much, but there is one obvious answer, and it's Jiren. If you don't have Jiren, I never really liked this Goku much. I didn't like his main ability. I thought it was wonky. Some people really liked it. You could cheese some people changing your whole hand into blue cards. Maybe you get lucky. I just don't like it. I never liked it. On his showcases when he came out, I didn't like it. And people would say, oh, you could do it this way and this works that way, and I just didn't wind up liking it. I don't. So use him if you want to. But the Caulifla is nothing special. Is that Rosie? Right? That's Kakunsa. She's nothing special. Lavender there, again, nothing special. They both have some fun mechanics that could work, like debuffs, or Rosie has some, I keep saying Rosie. Kakunsa has some interesting mechanics for like being a damage dealer, but nothing special. Caulifla, here's the thing, that with this environment, and with the amount of Saiyans here, Caulifla could be an interesting sleeper choice. I wouldn't really sleep on her because she could be a character that spikes damage pretty well. But her issue is that she's missing a lot of the utility that you would need on a character that wants to play the role that she functions with. So that's more or less where I'm coming from when it comes to that. I wouldn't sleep on her though, because she could, again, damage these characters pretty well. And then this guy. So this guy, obviously power crept. Doesn't have a unique equipment. He is over 2 years old now. He came out Legends Festival 2020. Now, we're still in Legends Festival, but he came out like, what, November-ish 2020? So he's 2 years old, period. So that being said, you're dealing with heavy power creep from the kit to the stats. Also, the lack of a unique equipment means that he's a weird character to use. But if you really want to so UI Goku, this one and the new one, have always had really high skill caps. I think the UI Gokus and the Ultra Goku here that we have on the team already have really high skill caps for the way that you use their gauges. Like you can really tell when somebody's used to these characters and accustomed to these characters, because they'll find unique ways and situations to take advantage of those gauges, as opposed to the cookie cutter vanilla gauges that some of these characters come out with nowadays, where they just function automatically. Looking at you, Ultra Gogeta. Both? Mainly the blue one. They're both blue. The Super Saiyan blue one. One of them's blue in element, one of them's blue in transformation. But yeah, I personally am not really feeling it. I think Jiren is a safer one. I think that Jiren, who is a newer LF, he's almost a year old actually. He does have that. He does have the utility for an endurance. I think he spikes to the top of the list personally, as a deterrent for rising rushes as well. And the thing about this team is it doesn't really have access to endurance unless Bergamo has it. I'm not so sure if Bergamo has it. But anyways, Jiren is definitely a character to consider. Let's take a look at blues. Blue's a fun color because there's a lot of normalization here. First and foremost, EX Kale is an awesome support character. Again, like I said with 18, if they're pushing, which by the way, Urine as well, EX Urine, when I talked about greens, if they're pushing to 14 star, and if you're trying to build more of a strike based team, EX Urine, do not sleep. Do not sleep on EX Urine. EX Kale though, like I said, really good support character. Even if they aren't pushing, here's the deal. If they're not pushing to 14 star, if you ever at 6 star, I think you could get away with it. Because again, in this limited environment for the 15th time, I think she could be really valuable. She has some really cool stuff in her kit. Inflicts all enemies with 4 counts, shortens her own sub count by 4 as well, draws the green there, right here, some support for switches, just a lot, man, a lot. Non-cancelable increases for damage on allies. She functions more with Rival Universe and girls. They get more stuff there, but still very nice. Reducing Dragon Balls. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. She may actually low-key be the best character here. It's like I said, there's a lot of normalization. I hate this guy. I actually hate this guy, but his mechanic may be okay in this situation. I don't like the delayed transformations though, so I will give him a nod as an honorable mention. This Gohan transforming saves him because his stats do jump up a good bit, but he's nothing special. He could do a nice blue card damage, but I wouldn't really rely on him. The character I'm looking at more so is Beerus with the anti-endurance. He doesn't care about Jiren or UI picking up endurance. However, Beerus, is more of a strike-based character, so he doesn't function all too well. And I talked about how this team doesn't really have endurance. Actually, a safe character would be Topo. Topo is a character whose stats are showing their age. Obviously, he's a couple years old. No buffs really came his way. He does have endurance, though. He does have healing for allies. He does have ally support and shortens sub count on some of his allies. It's not going to be the most relevant thing with Rival Universe only or Blue Element only. You're not going to have another blue on the team. But Topo could be a character that could give some people some fits and issues. The problem is in this situation, if you're matched up with Frieza, Frieza will shred Topo to pieces. However, there's not a single character on this list or this page that Frieza wouldn't shed to pieces. I actually think, and EX Jiren is also extremely good too. I actually think I'm gonna, for my team, I'm gonna put Topo. I don't like the Z ability. It's starting to become an issue. Where's Topo's Z ability? Rival Universe or blue? See, Frieza's getting frozen out. There we go. I'm cool with that. I'd rather have the Z ability on all the characters. And Jiren should be another defense Z ability, right? Yep, double defense. Okay, so I've gone through every color except for red. And for this slot, I'm just gonna put MUI back on my team, and that's gonna do it. This is more of a blast-based team. MUI is the best character available in this last spot. You could do something where you grab multiple characters of another color. They don't have to be red. You can grab somebody else. I talked about a number of good characters. You could put Vegeta on here. You could put the... Oh, wait a minute. Duh, I talked about blues, and I only want the characters that I have. I mean, the obvious answer for blue is the new 17. Like, I don't really need to explain that. I was like, wait a minute, there's a lot of normalization. I feel like somebody's missing. Duh, the new 17. If you have the new 17, obviously here's your blue. But yeah, so I'm gonna conclude with this team build. And in terms of equips, people always kind of ask. I mean, it just depends what you have, but I typically leaning more towards the character strong suits. So for Bergamo, more defense / HP stuff to help him tank better. Frieza, more blast based and special move based stuff. That's gonna help him as well. And if you give him some sort of equip that has HP and attack, that would be nice. Just stay away from strike based stuff because Frieza doesn't really care about that. And then right here, same deal for this guy. He can kind of go both ways, but it's just kind of the best equips that you have. have. Same deal for Jiren, though he does skew a bit more towards blast. Jiren's kind of sketchy though, but he does have one equip that's for sure guaranteed with his own equip. This guy, more defense based stuff. He does have blast armor on strike, so he's solid. Same deal for 17, by the way, in terms of what you're going to give him with equips. And then last but not least, MUI. He really wants strike based stuff. The issue with this team and him is that we don't have a lot of strike based abilities. So I'm going to be honest, you may not have reason to put him here. You could just put like a Zenkai buffer for somebody. I don't know if she buffs Jiren. She does, it looks like, but the Z ability's garbage. That doesn't work either. I'd have to change my team around. You could put some sort of Zenkai buffer. It just depends how much you care about Z abilities. You could put Topo as well. You could run Vados, who would be Vados would be a really good support in this setup. Like, Vados will actually make Kaioken insane. By the way, do not sleep on Vados. She's gonna make Kaioken insane. You know, that actually may be something I think I'll probably leave it that way. Yeah, I think I might find situations where I use Vados, because she still has a utility with all the healing, the damage, the destroy of cards. Yeah, I think Vados is my last character. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna build our team and do some gameplay. All right, so here's our first opponent. Okay, so yeah, pretty much took the best characters that were available. You know, at the end of the day, too, it comes down to what you really have. And looks like they didn't push the stars, so not really surprised. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, guys, here we are. I was hoping he would go to freaking MUI there. It's all right, though. I still have the Fate chance because I didn't use the blast. What about here? Got it. Nice. I had messed up my charge, which completely threw off the timing on my drop. It's okay, though. Look at this guy eating the hits from that guy. He ate the hits from both Gokus, really. Yeah, I've clicked a couple times wrong, too. Let me sit up. Because I clicked wrong there, clicked wrong on my charges, threw off the entire timing of my drop combo. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Kind of seeing what I can get away with, how I have to play this guy. Ultimate, that's fine. It's a free switch for me. We're gonna get the buffs off the Vados switch. So Vados kind of plays like a lot like Pan. And she's way worse. But with the switches and stuff, so. This guy's no gauge. I'm not gonna drop this first one. No reason to drop, really, because his release is to MUI, so we'll see what he does here. I was hoping to get that vanish. And there goes that green, right? No, just the sub count. Okay. This is what I was supposed to have happen last time, but I messed up the clicking. Here's a switch. Show me MUI. Ah, okay. This guy should get deleted. Which is going to bring 17 right back. Yeah, he's getting deleted big time. Oh my god, I didn't expect the tackle. All I knew was that 17 was going to be at 1 HP, and I went for it. Okay. Thank you, I guess. I could have gone to blue Jiren to save the full HP here, but it's all right. That 17 doing some good damage, boy. He ate Jiren's whole life bar before the rush even went through. He had 2 blues, but still, 17 is not bad. Not bad. 9 million rush. Okay, he has endurance here. Can I get a vanish? I don't love using the green post vanish, but oh, a tackle, that's perfect. Perfect. Best case scenario. That was a free one right there. This one's over. All right, so it looks like I haven't participated in an LBR in, let's just say 6 months. I don't think I've fought in any of them a single time. And since I'm just now starting out with the base rate, the base RP, I need to climb up before I actually face some real teams. So it's gonna be a few days. I have a dilemma here because I want to put this video out to show you guys the first part of it. I don't want to do multiple videos on LBR. Dilemmas. We'll be right back. He brought double reds. It's not terribly surprising, though I should have looked out for that. I was gonna say he's gonna have a green card. I was looking at his gauge. I was like, the gauge is gone, but he's gonna have a green card. They always have the green card. Okay, this time I'll blast. That's okay. Brigade mode is going to be extremely annoying for this Goku. Jiren? Yeah. Green card. Got the perfect. I'll take that. Will he switch? Can't do anything there. Thank you for the perfect vanish. Lucky I had no strike here. And that blue wasn't available. I had just enough ki, but they didn't let me use the blue. I would have flown right through that blast. No. Sub-side step? Oh, okay. Berkama with the alt color. Haven't seen that in an extremely long time. Over years. Couple years since he came out, probably. Oh, the little wiggle! Rush? He's definitely about to rush. Switch rush. I'm going for a tap shot. Hopefully he uses that exclamation. Rush? Thought he might rush there on that vanish. Ah! I'm not surprised. It was very uphill for him. I really wanted to see the ultimate though. But yeah, it was very uphill for him. I mean, teams don't match up well. And this isn't a slight. I feel like I was better than him. I don't know if he hit me once. Oh, he got one combo. Yeah, so basically everything I said I stand by in the beginning, but I am certain that new 17 is dominating this mode. I could just looking at the characters that are even available and the couple of teams people are using. I don't care about the stars, just the roster, the actual characters. I can see why 17's got to be he's got to be like Z+. Like he's got to be the best character here. Easy. Like, and it isn't close because the next best characters are basically red or Jiren with his equip, but like they're basically red. So like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not close. It's not close. I think that's why also I won't make an adjustment. I will stick to double green. I think if I come across a 17, I'm gonna go green, green, yellow, or green, green, purple. So one of those two. 17 is gonna dominate this mode. So, all right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Sorry this is a little shorter. Sorry the matches weren't crazy. I wish I had a few more tickets. That would have been nice to play a couple more matches, but that was the last one for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Damn, Brigade Mo, chill.